Hi there, my name is Cheryl Stinchcomb and I am the creator of Profit Pinning. And I help solopreneurs, online marketers, and small business owners to understand Pinterest so that they can really take advantage of this amazing social media platform that is so misunderstood. They can drive traffic to their website and Etsy account and also make money doing it. So in today's video, I'm going to share 3 things on our agenda. The first one are the 5 reasons Pinterest is so powerful to helping you make money. The second is the only way to optimize your profile and boards to increase website traffic and to increase your sales. And the third thing is the 5 things you must have in order to profit on Pinterest. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, what if I could show you how to market your business on Pinterest and start making a profit in a very short amount of time without spending a dime on marketing? Do you think that would be of value to you? Well, I would imagine it would, and I'm going to share a little bit about my story today. So many business owners have asked me, how do I promote my business on Pinterest? And after this question, we've got multiple questions that come about, and I shared this in the last video. But I think it's really important to share it again because I think we all are asking the same questions. So how do I promote my products or show my products so that they get more attention and they drive more traffic to my website? How can an image actually direct someone to purchase my products and services just by clicking on an image at Pinterest? And one of the last ones is, where do I find the time to even learn how to market on Pinterest and how much money will it cost? Well, we all have a lot of similar obstacles as business owners or solopreneurs. And the first one is the lack of time. We already struggle enough as it is in this world, and even if you aren't a business owner. So what about the lack of time just to learn the ins and the outs to using social media so I can increase my business sales? The other thing is, how do I avoid, spending marketing dollars on pay-per-click and not seeing any results in my bank account except there aren't any deposits. It's just the money going out to the marketing. And the third thing is, do you not feel sometimes that social media is just completely saturated and that you can't get your message heard by anyone? Well, I have been here before. I have felt all these things and all these obstacles, but I think it's important we establish what those are because these don't have to be hang-ups for us and we can knock them out of the park so we make sure they don't get in the way of us growing our business. So I want to share a little bit about my story. It was about 2012, actually, and I started marketing my business on Facebook, and I was spending hundreds of dollars through pay-per-click ads. And if you are on Facebook now, you know that back then you could market without spending money, but you can't do it now. On Facebook, you have to pay just to be able to play. So when I started looking at all the money I was spending, even back then, I was getting really frustrated because there were 0 deposits and I just continued to pay for those pay-per-click ads that weren't working. And I had a list. I had a very specific social media wish list. And I have a feeling that my list wish is going to match exactly what you would be looking for as well. And one is I needed a social media home that wasn't completely saturated. I needed to spend little to 0 marketing dollars. I needed to be able to establish myself as a leader. I didn't want to go into a social market where there were thousands of people offering the same thing. And so I wanted to get in on a newer one that wasn't quite saturated yet. I needed to spend less time marketing with a higher return on my investment. Do any of these sound like something you might need? Well, I found the social media platform, and this is what it did for me. It fit into my hectic, busy schedule because when I started my business, I had a full-time job. So I was not only working 50 hours at my full-time job, but I had to do extra hours just to try and build my business and get my name out there. So this social media platform allowed me to do that. I could market, and I didn't spend a single penny. I was able to earn a profit faster than I was on Facebook. And I definitely established myself as a leader out of the gate. And yes, of course, it's going to be Pinterest. So how do you do Pinterest for business? Well, this is what happened for me. when I started focusing on Pinterest and I thought I'm only going to do one social media, I'm not going to scatter it out. I have very little time. So I'm going to dedicate it to one social media platform and I was going to give Pinterest a shot. And everyone else was bashing it. Everyone else was saying it wasn't going to work. And I thought, well, I'm going to give it a try. I ended up having more followers on my Pinterest profile than my Facebook page. And I didn't spend a penny to get my followers. Pinterest didn't even offer ads at the time, so you couldn't have spent any money. My website traffic actually increased by 84% within the first 2 months. And one morning, within the first 6 months, I woke up to see a $1,000 sale in my inbox. So believe me, Pinterest does work. And I was still new. I didn't even know what I was doing back then when I just got started on Pinterest. So why in the world would I not use or be a fan of using Facebook as my first choice for marketing my business? Well, I think answering that question is pretty obvious after the last 2 slides, but I've got even more I want to share with you. So here's even additional reasons, not just my own story, but these are 5 reasons why Pinterest is so powerful. Number 1, it's ranked the 3rd most popular social media site. It is driving more traffic than YouTube, Google+, and LinkedIn combined together. You know, here's what's really interesting. About 70% of the market visits Pinterest to get inspiration on what to buy. Well, if you're in there looking, getting inspired, and you like it, why wouldn't you click on it and buy it? Like, you're not going to get the inspiration and typically go somewhere else into another website trying to find it. If it's being offered there and they're inspired, they're going to click on it and they're going to purchase, which is why it makes Pinterest the number 1 e-commerce social media site. And the average Pinterest purchase is $140 to $180. Pinterest generates over 400% more revenue than Twitter and 27% more than Facebook. So after hearing all that, do you want to sell your products and services to make profits on Pinterest? I would bet you do. So here's some other really good news I want to share with you today. For you to be successful on Pinterest, one is you don't have to have an expensive website that's going to cost you thousands to get started. Hallelujah. Second is you don't have to create a sales page or a sales video if you don't want to promote your product and services. And the third is you don't have to buy banner ads, solo ads, or even pay-per-click ads to get your business or to get yourself noticed. So I want to review from the previous video. There are 4 steps, very simple, to master Pinterest for business. And the first one is phase 1, which is you need to optimize your profile, your boards, pins, to be able to maximize and gain a larger following. The second is you want to make sure you're attracting your audience. You need to be able to make sure your images are going to attract different people. For your audience, you want to make sure you're doing storytelling through your images and how to create infographics. Third is once you attract them, you got to connect. You want them to buy into you. You want to have some kind of draw, and you'll be able to do that through certain blog articles, your videos, contests that you offer, as well as promotions that you're promoting, which brings us to phase 4 of promoting your business. To promote it, you want to make sure you get an audience you can continue to market to. So we'll be able to teach you how to build a list. How do you go about setting up an email marketing system? And how do you launch a brand new campaign? And that's it. These little bullets under these 4 phases, if you can do this, you can master Pinterest for your business. I mean, I can't tell you. I really can't explain just how simple it really is. So marketing on Pinterest has never been easier. So we said earlier in our agenda, one of the things we were going to share are the 5 things you need to start earning profits. So please understand, these are not the 5 things you need to be successful on Pinterest. These are the 5 things you need to have to make money on Pinterest at a minimum. The first one's you need a website. That can be Etsy. That can be affiliate marketing. And you have a different website. It can be a blog, a WordPress blog. Whatever it is, it's a place that you are driving people from Pinterest to be able to purchase products and services that you offer. The second thing really should be number 1. You kind of need a Pinterest business account to be able to tie it into and promote the website.
You have to have products and services to sell. A lot of people I talk to is, oh, I really want to do a business. I want to sell stuff, and they'll start marketing themselves, but they have nothing to offer. So you need to make sure you have something to be able to sell. The fourth one, and again, do you have to have this to be on Pinterest? No, you don't. Do I believe you need to have it to be able to increase profits and to be able to, get a larger audience and increase frequency for buyers? Yes, you need a landing page on your website and you need to have an email responder. That's you basically building a client list. 5 is you need a free imaging building software. You don't need Photoshop. You don't have to be a graphic designer. And I've got some awesome tools online that are free to be able to help you create images that literally look like a graphic designer created. That's it. It's these 5 things for you to get started. So let's go back into, and I want to share part of how do you get yourself set up. So on these 5 things, the second one is to, build a Pinterest business account. Well, part of you to do that is part of phase 1, which is you need to be able to build a business profile. After you do that, you need to make sure that your pins are set up correctly so that you are search optimization, you can be found, and it's easier for people to find you. So it all starts with your profile. If you do not have the right profile in place, your pins and your boards will not perform like expected. So this is all going to start with the next 6 steps that I want to teach you, and these are critical. Do not blow off setting up your profile. There are so many people I've worked with that think I'll use an example for Facebook, like a Facebook page. Like, oh, just set it up. You can get it done in 5 minutes. Well, yeah, you can tell if it's been done in 5 minutes. The same thing is you do have to put some thought in to setting up a profile on Pinterest. It's simple, but you still need to think it through. The first one is your company name. Does it make sense for what you're offering? Think about what you're selling. Think about your image. Think about, someone's finding you on social media. What do they want to relate to? This is just an example of what a Pinterest profile looks like. This is HubSpot. HubSpot is an all-in-one marketing software that brings your whole marketing world together in one powerful integrated system. I love HubSpot. They've got a lot of great resources. They do have a system that you pay for, but they also have a lot of free resources. So you want to think about your company name. Now for me, I use my own name, because I market myself and I market products that I create. But as you're doing it, you want to make sure that it's keyword rich. You've got about 15 characters. So an example on one of them, like New York Times, would be too long. So they just shortened it and did NY Times. Granted, this is the easiest part of setting up a profile, but you want to make sure that you think it through. The second one is branding through your profile pic. So basically, what is the picture telling about your brand or about you? So these are 2 quick examples: Better Homes and Gardens on the left and the beauty department on the right. Notice it's not just a logo. It is their logo in there, so you know it's a business, but it's also tying in a picture and kind of expressing, especially on the right-hand side with the beauty department, a lifestyle. So profile pictures are actually essential into priming or instructing a viewer on what kind of content they're going to find on your profile and how they should interpret the actual content. So I have a really good example for you here. Both of these profile pictures are supporting the same company, the one on the left and the one on the right. Now, just by looking at it, which one are you more drawn to? Well, I'm going to assume that you're going to say the same one I am, and I'm drawn to the one on the right with the children playing the game. It's because it's people, it's showing people doing things. The icon on the left means nothing to me. I've never seen it. It's not like I'm looking at the golden arches, and I know that's McDonald's. So the branding, this is basically, they're promoting the same product. It is a online game. But obviously the one on the right, just by people scrolling through, they're going to look at it. They're going to see them being active on the game, and it's going to attract a customer versus the one on the left. So here's another example of branding. I would have combined these together, but the first one is they could just do the logo. Well, people know looking at that's Tommy Hilfiger. They know that. Option 2, if they've got the female wearing clothes with Tommy on it, and they got just a gentleman on the right. Now, for me, I would have chosen to do the logo on top of a picture of someone wearing Tommy Hilfiger clothes. But again, option 1 or 2 is probably better than option 3. Option 3 looks to me that they're selling sunglasses and it wouldn't even tie into Tommy Hilfiger. So you just want to take a look at your profile and make sure it's representing your brand or your products exactly the way you want it to. Here's some perfect win-win profile pics. There's your golden arches on the left, and they're known for their fries. Better Homes and Gardens, this was done during the holiday time. And then you've got Shoe Mint on the right. That's the actual owner of Shoe Mint with the logo. The third one is you need to optimize your about section. Okay, what does optimize mean? Basically, you're using very specific words that describe your brand or the products and services that you offer. You want to be really specific because when people are searching, your profile will pop up when those keywords are typed in. So under Shoe Mint, they have shoe collection. Under HubSpot earlier, we were talking about marketing, and that's a marketing company. So you want to make sure you have the right ones in there. Please understand you have less than 160 characters to be able to describe your about section. So for me, I'm a writer, so I have ebooks, I've got checklists, I have online tutorials, I write books, and I'm also an online trainer. And then I just basically write, who do I help? I help leaders, basically entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, with their team development, online business growth, Pinterest marketing, and life inspiration. So you just want to make sure you put the right keywords in for you so when people are typing those up, your profile or your pins are going to appear and you can get found faster. The fourth thing that you need to take care of is the location. So on your profile, if you have a local business, you want to make sure you put the local city. I live in Tulsa, Oklahoma, but based on what I offer, it would make 0 sense for me to have Tulsa on there. So I just put online or worldwide. The fifth one, to be able to maximize and optimize your profile, is this thing is so awesome. Pinterest has not always had this, but it's called the showcase. So underneath your profile, there's a showcase, and you can have up to 5 different boards that you can feature. And it's going to move. So like it's an online catalog, and you're going to see some of your most popular pins and the boards that you're really proud of. As people look at your profile, it's going to capture their attention. And those are the 5 things they're going to swipe through that's going to show this is who I am. So you want to make sure that you choose them very, very carefully. And I would also recommend that you change them out based on the season. If you sell jewelry, and you have jewelry that are very specific to a spring season, winter, or a fall, then you want to make sure you're changing those boards up for the time of year. The 6th thing to optimize your profile, I know it sounds really simple, but your board names. When I first started my Pinterest account, I was really into promoting the first product that I had, which was profit pinning, obviously, helping people to really master and make money using Pinterest for their business. And so a lot of my boards have Pinterest training, Pinterest marketing, social media marketing, Pinterest blog post. So you want to make sure you use different ones and different main names to be able to attach it. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't have a product linked to a pin on every single board, but you do want to do a different picture on the different boards. So there's a lot of strategy that goes behind to do less work and to get more of it, but that will come into the profit pinning program where we really dive into deep with more specifics instead of just the basics and the beginner 101 that we're doing today. So that is our 6th way to be able to optimize your profile. I hope that you learned a few things. You're able to take it back. If anything, just go take a look at your profile page. Does it maximize everything that you need? Does that profile picture really match who you want people to see, what you offer for your business? Well, I hope you'll join me for the next video that's going to be coming out. In the next video, I'm going to share the 8 ways to attract paying customers. And they're very strategic. They're very detailed. There's certain things that people just don't realize that they're doing wrong on Pinterest. I'm going to show you what you do not want to do. And then I'm also going to share the absolute best strategies to help engage your followers through the images that you place on there. And there's very specific things that you want to do to be able to make sure you're pinning the absolute perfect pin that's going to increase your sales. To watch the entire Pinterest training webinar right now, go ahead and register at webinar.profitpinning.com and choose the best time for you. I want to thank you for being with me today. I really hope you learned a couple things that you can take back to be able to help grow your business on Pinterest. Again, my name is Cheryl Stinchcomb, the creator of Profit Pinning and the author of Pinterest for Profits. I look forward to seeing you in our next training video.